Feeling the vibe this morning. Autobots, roll out! It's as good as it gets. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Saturday Morning Toy Tunes, the weekly live stream here on my channel in which we all gather around the modern day campfires of our iPhones, monitors, and computer screens, or is that the other way around, and talk about some stuff that happened in the week in geek. Additionally, at about 45 minutes after the show starts or so, if I stay on track, we'll be showcasing 3 hot new poses from the Poser Posse Facebook group in a segment that we like to call 3 Strikes. If you'd like to be considered for 3 Strikes, remember you have to become a member of the Poser Posse Facebook group, and you've got to post some really cool poses. I'll be actually picking those poses live because, as has been the norm of late, I have been too preoccupied to remember to do it before the show. Despite the fact that I gave myself 30 minutes before the show to get things like that done. And after that, I'm gonna unbox this guy. Finally. I think I've opened him before. I may have even opened him there on the show, but I've never posted him up here on the show. So, yeah, that's gonna happen soon. Really looking forward to that because I haven't played with a Transformers figure in a while. Let's see who's in the chat before we get going any further. Oh my god, Mike Games out of the gate. First one, really? What's up, Mike? Say hi to Iris. And also, for Pierre P is here from sunny California. Good to see you. Steve Nara is kind of here. He's here in spirit. I know he had to work today, so. Music feels louder than usual, but I think that we can handle it as long as it's not overpowering me. That's all that's important. Yeah, dude, I'm really excited about this one, as I said. I'm gonna turn that down because it makes me want to talk louder. And my voice needs to be saved because I apparently have to work tomorrow. A figure dropped, and I'm just now getting it. A figure dropped from Hot Toys, and I'm just now getting it. I'm trying to remember which one it is so that I don't blow it. Oh, it's Black Panther. Shuri Black Panther. Yeah, so I'm gonna be churning out that first look on a Sunday so that it'll be ready on Monday morning when the gang gets into work. So that'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait. I really do love Black Panther figures. Still got the original suit, the most recent original suit in there. I think I actually posted a photo of it to the Poser Posse Facebook group along with a bunch of other photos that I found lingering in my phone, just like little behind the scenes snaps of poses that I've hit when I'm doing a first look video or a poser short video or this show, for instance. So yeah, there's a few of them there. Check them out. I'm pretty happy with all of them. Some of them might actually be, some of those photos might actually be screen grabs from the actual first look video from which they came. But yeah, it's a posing page, man. I mean, it's, you know, as long as you can see the poses, that's really all that matters. Speaking of that, something occurred to me. I don't know if I set it up so that members of the Poser Posse can post links to things like YouTube videos. If it's not there, somebody please let me know. But it occurred to me that we're all one big community, and a lot of the people that do chime in here from time to time do YouTube videos of their own. So if you're a member of the Poser Posse, I'm thinking that it's probably okay for you to go ahead and do that. I'm not offended. I'm not worried about that page dragging people to other YouTube channels. I know that some people think that it's meant to be competitive and you shouldn't do that kind of thing, but I've got a fondness for certain members of this community, as in all of them, and I'd really like to see more of your stuff. And that might actually be an even better way for me to know that stuff is happening. So if you have a new video, something you're excited about, feel free to drop it on the Poser Posse, and if you can't, let me know and I'll see if I can fix that. All right. Moving right along, Universal Key is also here with us. What's up, dude? Linda's here, as is Maz's Toy Box, who's excited for the Soundwave and Ravage figure. God, I just keep looking at it. I can't wait. I've had to stop collecting Transformers. I'm broke. I've talked about it before. Major pay cut, additional expenses added with the purchase of a new car, and other things have conspired to limit my collecting ability. So, with that in mind, I should probably talk to you guys about the potentials for my next figure, because it is figure of the month time. I'm meant to be letting Sideshow know which figure to send me next. So, yeah, that's awesome. Marlon Braswell's here. What's up, dude? Marlon Braswell. That just sounds like, I don't know, like not a rock star name exactly, but like a rock star physicist name, right? Yeah, something like that. Hello, Gina B. Collecting. Always good to see you here. Hope you're doing better and you continue to recover. Bren Stolantino's here all the way from the Philippines. What's up, dude? Did they ever announce any screenings for Ghosts right here, right now? Is that what they're calling it? It's right here, right now, right? That's the new movie-ish sort of a thing that's coming from Ghost to theaters. They initially had like one screening a night on the 20th and the 22nd, I believe, in St. Louis. And then that sold out immediately, so they put more screenings on those same days, and those sold out immediately. So they put screenings on the 4 days from the 20th through the 23rd or something like that. And those sold out, so they keep adding more screenings. So if you're not a fan of, if you haven't listened to Ghost, maybe you're put off by their appearance because they do look really bizarre to the uninitiated, but they're a lot of fun, especially their live performances. If you're a fan of 70s and 80s style rock and roll, definitely dip into that band. You're almost, if those are your tastes, then you're almost guaranteed to like them. I just borderline worship them. I just think they're the bee's knees. Seen them 14 times now. The last time I went, I paid $500 for my ticket just so I could have a good seat. They mean that much to me. They're just great. Probably the last time I'll see them live, though. $500 is a lot of cheddar. AJ Agrusa is here, brought his beard as always. Damn, I got beard envy from that guy. Seems like a delay when I'm talking, eh? Oh, hopefully that works itself out. There's really nothing I can do about that. But thank you for letting me know. We'll see if it comes across in the replay. Speaking of that, I do intend to start doing chapters more frequently so that when people watch this, they don't have to scrub through all kinds of nonsense like this nonsense that's happening right now. Me just talking about nothing. So yeah, I hope to be able to make it a more user-friendly experience for those who aren't unable to tune in. I got bed on the brain. Did not want to get up this morning. Had PT this morning. That's why I was late. Lane Kramer. Hey, Mr. Terry. Just got in finally this week from Australia. Reva, third sister figure from Kenobi. Man, I didn't love the character, but I love the figure. It's so great. It's really, really great. And I did enjoy the character. She's not in my top 5. But I felt like Moses Ingram did a fine job portraying her. I loved the idea of... I was reading an article recently about how I can't remember what the percentage is, but the vast majority of female convicts in women's prison in the United States, I want to say it's like 80% or more, and early in their life experience some form of abuse, whether it's physical abuse, sexual abuse, psychological abuse, what have you, that fundamentally altered them, their body chemistry, their brain chemistry in such a way that led them to becoming these criminal types. And that's what interests me about Reva, is what would happen to a youngling, somebody that young who was traumatized in that way, witnessed the deaths of her fellow Padawans and younglings, what have you, at the hands of Anakin Skywalker, a Jedi Knight who they were meant to trust. And I think that they probably were asking that question as they created the Reva character. And that's why I love her, because they dared to explore how that sort of traumatic experience will damage even somebody whose upbringing was, Jedi-esque. And I think that they did a fine job of it. That sort of anger and rage that she portrayed was pretty much on point. So yeah, love that. That's why I like that character. Rob Perisho's here. What's up, dude? Great choice for the posing session. I know, man. It's I'm surprised that I haven't done it before. I have so many Transformers figures, and a lot of them are still in the box, so this may not be the last of the Transformers figures that you see on this show. Probably won't be, although I swear I'm not buying any more. In fact, I just canceled one today. Canceled a lot of stuff today. I probably canceled like 15 pre-orders. Yeah. Got her post up with Vader, Grand Inquisitor, and Purge Trooper. That is a very good selection. God, that actually sounds really, really cool. I love doing things in threes, and I was just thinking about when I was choosing what to cancel and what not to cancel. I was going down the list, and I was just like, okay, let's say that I keep this figure. What other 2 figures can I display it with? So that really went into my decision to cancel the figures that I canceled. Yeah, it's... I don't want to get into the specifics of which figures that I canceled just yet. But if it comes up in conversation, I'm not like trying to hide it or anything. It just take too long, too much time. Keith Lee is here. We've been texting back and forth this morning because he wasn't sure that I was going to have a live stream. Yeah, I think that if I was definitely not going to have a live stream, I would hope that I would let you guys know before the morning of, unless there was like a hangover involved, which does sometimes take place. Luis Escavilla is here. What's up, dude? Man, saying hi to everybody. Do you actually type out all those ats? That takes effort. I just got the new X06 data. That's which one is that? Is that that's from TNG, right? Yeah, they did such a great job on him. And I'm not surprised. Nanjin he loves Star Trek and he really, really loves Data. So I'm not surprised that turned out great. Savick was one of the ones that I canceled. Yeah, and I've had Savick in the house. I've had one of the Savick prototypes here at the house. Did some of the photography for promotional purposes for them, and it was a great figure then. But from what I've seen, it's gotten even better, which is something that's I don't want to say that it's unique to X06, but it does seem to occur more frequently with X06 than it does with other companies. The dramatic improvements from the first reveal of the prototype to what people are getting, more often than not, they're pretty dramatic. They're at the very least remarkable. And yeah, I'm really proud of X06 and my friends at X06 for doing what they've done. It's really, really cool. Iris says hello. Next week shall be an interesting stream once yeah. I'm looking forward to being super jazzed and super hyped. I think it's Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. That's wild, right? Maybe it's Tuesday evening. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait. I'm super jazzed. It's going to be hard for me to wait a week between episodes. I wish that there's got to be something to Netflix's success in the way that they drop entire seasons. I think that plays some role in the success of their service. And maybe Disney and what others, Paramount Plus, for instance, Apple TV Plus, would do well to pay attention to that. I do love me some Apple TV Plus though, and I will say that those shows, every show that I watch on there is well worth waiting a week between episodes. Let's see, Primetime Reviews. Love Threezero Transformers. I just got the Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. Yeah, I've got one of those here. It doesn't belong to me. It's got to go back to Sideshow someday. Perhaps I'll do a poser short for it. I think it's still in stock, right? Both him and Bumblebee are still in stock. Yeah, that would be really cool. Speaking of which, I have a premium version of Bumblebee from the Bumblebee film here that I'm allowed to sell that. So I think I'm going to. Small break, one of the little pipes in his chest broke off, but it's been reattached. You can't see it unless you're looking for it. So if anybody's interested in that, reach out to me. Let me know. I know that it's become quite popular. Linda is... Did I say hi to you already? I don't think I did. You earned it, man. This takes effort and care. I mean, when I started it, I had no idea, and I'm clearly not doing it well enough. But then again, I'm not gifted with the amazing facial hair that some people. Oh, you know what? I'm seeing that delay too, actually on my screen. So apparently that's universal. Hopefully it syncs itself up in post. Big Dog Pound, the notorious BDP, is in the house. Man, I was thinking about you the other day because I'm watching a show called The Big Door Prize on Apple TV Plus. It's great. It's darkly comedic, sci-fi fantasy-esque. There's some magical element to it. I don't want to get into too much detail about it. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. The first episode, I was like, I don't know if this is for me, but by midway through the second episode, I was intrigued, and then by the fourth episode, I was fully invested emotionally with all of the characters. Especially, I can't remember his name, but the guy that plays Pug in She-Hulk, he's a major character in that, and he is hilarious. Just awesome. plays a Cuban guy that wants to be Italian. He's so funny. 14 Wellington is here. What's up, dude? What is up? All right. She has one of the best head sculpts Hot Toys did last year. I'm guessing we're talking about Reva, right? Did you do the posing for that Iron Man classic last year, the comic book that was an exclusive? For what? Did I do the posing for the first look? I don't think so. I think that was one of Guy's. Guy and Michael did that one. But I did do... I feel like I did that. I have that here. It's one of my favorite Iron Man pieces. And I really feel like it's on a lower shelf right now, and I've been contemplating moving it higher just because every time I look at it, I'm just like, oh, it's Iron Man. This is what Iron Man should look like. And I really love the way that they... when I first saw the transparent armor bits over his arms, I was like, is that supposed to be like holographic? Like he's constructing the Iron Man armor conceptualizing it? And then I realized that it was a nod to the way that they inked and drew that character back in the day. They were trying to create the illusion of like a glossy finish on the armor. And it wound up looking like there's some kind of clear glass something or other over the armor sometimes. And it was a perfect way to do it. I love it for that. I love all those Iron Man classic things that they did. Yeah, I've only got the one. More's the pity, but it's still super cool. Well, I have Kenobi still coming from the line and 501st coming. From the movie? The Kenobi figure hasn't dropped yet, right? I was talking to somebody about that earlier. Here, I'm going to take a bite of this ridiculously decadent tart. It looks disgusting, but it's cream cheese and salted caramel. Totally got some in my mustache. Tune in to Saturday Morning Toy Tunes and watch a grown man stuff his face with donuts while talking about action figures. Yeah, stay tuned with that with regard to that 501st figure. I had a lot of fun with that for a project recently. And that'll be coming soon, I hope. We'll see. Do you prefer Autobots or Decepticons? I apparently don't have a preference. If you just looked at my collection, it's a lot of Optimus. I have a lot of Optimus. I think I only have one Megatron. I was going to get the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, which is a glorious, glorious figure. But I used the one that Sideshow sent me to create a photo that I love, and decided that it served its purpose. It served its purpose. My Transformers figures are just scattered throughout the house. There's no actual dedicated area for display. There's one, two. I got a Optimus playing asteroids up there, and I've got Megatron just looking awesome, and I've got Bumblebee all the way down there. It's just kind of like in with a cornucopia of different figures and toys and replicas and such that's up there on the shelf. I will get around to doing a room tour soon. I've been thinking about it as I lie awake in bed in the morning, struggling to get up. I don't know. But yeah, I think that a room tour is definitely coming. But getting back to that, yeah, while my collection may lead you to believe that I have no actual preference, I will say that on my Ducati Monster, I found a keychain, a black chrome Decepticon logo keychain at Downtown Disney, I want to say. It might have been Universal Studios, one of those. Probably Universal. And I clipped the ring part off of it, filed it down, and I used 3M, double-sided super strong tape, and I mounted that little baby. It was a real tiny thing, but I mounted it to the seat cover, on the back seat cover, and it looked awesome. Until somebody stole it. I was at Trader Joe's, and somebody apparently was admiring my bike in the parking lot, and they really admired that Decepticon logo, and they ripped it off. Very annoying. Very annoying. Figurazic Park is here. He just did a great photo that showed up on the Poser Posse Facebook group. And we'll get to that in a bit. Oh, yeah, RC. I canceled RC. I hated to. If they would have done the Ducati RC from Rise of the Beasts, I would have been all over that, like... I don't know. White on rice? Hair on a gorilla? Yes, please smash the like button if you haven't done so already. It does help with drive engagement for the show. I noticed that the audience for the show has dramatically increased over the last few episodes, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully, I take that as a sign that I'm doing something right. Or maybe everybody's just looking for me to screw up and say something that I'm not supposed to say. So, when Reva cut off that bystander's hand, okay, badass, I'm all in. See? Just think about it from that perspective. What would that be like? What would that be like for you as a kid? Godzilla -1. I think it's already on Netflix. I was just on my phone outside, and I'm pretty sure that I just saw that it's on Netflix. So I need to get to watching that. It's a good movie. Great movie. Before my Netflix subscription expires. I think it does so at the 15th of the month or something. Or maybe I'm too late. I don't even know. Big Dog Pound has favorite Transformers. Dinobots, Shockwave, Megatron, Starscream, Bumblebee, and Soundwave. That makes me think, I feel like I might have accidentally called this guy Shockwave in the video. Did I? Let me see. No, I didn't. Okay, very good. Very good. Oh, wow, I was doing stuff and I got sidetracked and I forgot to, oops. Is it too late to, let me do this really quick. Sorry, guys. I need to fix this so that, there's subscribers only. Save that. We are leaving monetization off until after the live stream. And that's it. Okay. Done and doneer. Thank you for allowing me to pause for station identification. That's really good of you all. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure they were doing that just to establish the dynamic between the Inquisitors and the power struggle involved, which actually seems very Sith-esque to me. It's also part of the reason. How about that burp? Coffee burp, donut burp, what have you? Tasted better the first time. It feels like, you know, there was always the rule of two. And I'm not sure how the existence of the Inquisitors is justified in that regard. But it seems like the behavior that we saw between all of those Inquisitors felt to me like, okay, well, yeah, this is why Plagueis did the rule of two. Or was it Plagueis? One of those. Commander Green's here. What's up, Harold? Always good to hear from you. We've been having some good chats lately. I'm kind of enabling each other here and there. It's fun. Hello there. Okay, good. Yeah, good to know. Seems like I'm getting close to the end, which means I can start doing other things. Yeah, that confirmed that Kenobi is not dropped yet. That explains why I haven't had him here. And I was having a conversation with Guy about it, actually. Because I was so certain that it had already happened, because I distinctly remembered posing it. And then he reminded me that I remember that because I posted for Comic-Con 2 years ago. Alright. 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. Wow. The days are long, but the years are short. Oh, is that right? Yeah? Well, we're about to see. This one, yes. Yeah, I think that would be pretty easy to do, Maz. I mean, I am not at all a Transformers purist. In fact, I don't think the Transformers that I loved when I was younger was the Marvel comic book, the original Marvel comic book. I never could get into the animated series for the same reasons that I can't get into a lot of animated series. I don't like the vocal stylings the decisions that they make in that area. I can't even articulate exactly why that is. It just, viscerally, it just didn't resonate with me. So I never really got into the animated series. I never really got into the G.I. Joe animated series. I gravitated towards the comic book version. Because in my head, I can create all that. I can create the voices. I can decide for myself what they're going to sound like. I, for one, really appreciated using the voice that they used for Megatron in the Michael Bay films. You know, just transferring that to just like this dark, sinister. You know, I won't even try to imitate Elrond, but Agent Smith. I can remember the characters' names, but never the actors, which is fine. Laura Quiles is here. What's up, Laura? Great episode of Doctor Who last night. Man, yeah, it made me want to throw my phone away. I mean, I hope that people watching Doctor Who recognize the theme that was underlying that episode last night, because it definitely resonated with me. I know that I spend way too much time on my phone. I think there have been weeks where my phone lets me know it, that I spend 8 hours a day on my phone. I'm like, how is that possible? It says screen time, so maybe Apple does it. Maybe Apple's including screen time on my Mac. Maybe they're talking about screen time on my Apple TV as well. That would make more sense. But regardless, spending 8 hours a day looking at a screen, gotta get out. Anyway, let's talk about Rule of Two. I feel like the Rule of Two is meant to be broken. It was established by a Sith because there was so much fighting amongst them, but are Sith really known for following rules? That's interesting. That's interesting, and there have been many examples of that to prove your theory. Correct. I'm talking about when Dooku took on Ventress as his apprentice. When Vader took on, I know this is no longer canon, but when Vader took on Starkiller as his apprentice. I mean, it just happens again and again and again. Darth Maul coming back from the dead, taking on Savage Opress as his apprentice. It's a very Sith-like thing to do. It's all about power, and so I feel like you're spot on with that. Hey, Brian Carr, what's up, dude? Been a while. I just received my Orko from Mondo yesterday. Definitely doing some poses with him today. That's got to be a Masters of the Universe thing, right? Which I know nothing about. Keep in mind, I'm not a Motu fan. I feel like I was just, if that show had begun 2 years before it actually did, I might have been roped in. And I've talked about it here on the show before, but I've had many conversations with Tim Hansen, the cut and sew master at Sideshow, and we both agreed that a live action version of Masters of the Universe would have been really, really awesome. Well, hey, Dabby, who's out there? Somebody here? Know what that means? I think the UPS driver has arrived. Excuse me. Black Panther has arrived. Looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I already knew what I was doing tomorrow. Who am I kidding? Yeah, so that's exciting. It was misdirected. Yeah, I was supposed to have it, I think, on Thursday. And something happened. It got to, there was like a wrong address on the label or something like that. I'm not sure. So they had to redirect it, and they got Saturday delivery for it. Oh, it was Darth Bane? Okay. Okay, thanks, Mike. My Legends, I read all of the Star Wars books, all the way up through, about halfway through the Yuzhang Vong invasion. And I can't remember why I gave up. I think that there were other things that I think I got burned out, to be entirely honest, because I read them all just in a hurry, and they were coming out rapidly. Like, it feels like there was like a new book every month or so. It takes a lot of time and effort to devour that many books. It's the same reason that I don't go back and reread the entire Dune saga, including the books by Brian Herbert. And can't remember his name, but he also wrote very many Star Wars novels. Good stuff. Good stuff. Mazda's Toy Box says, I watched the death of Prime in the movie theaters. It was heartbreaking, so I grew up on the cartoons. Okay. Oh! The cartoon film. Yeah, I got pretty emotional when he died in and Revenge of the Fallen. In fact, the one photo that I did of Optimus Prime and Megatron from that film was kind of meant to invoke that moment. Trying to find I'm gonna search here really quick. I should really find a better way to let's see. I should really find a better way to label this stuff. That's not working. I'm trying to do a search. Nothing's working. No. It would help. There we go. And there it is with crop. Yeah, let's open that one. And yeah, this is the one photo that I did of that Megatron with Optimus. I'm just gonna share it with you here in a second as soon as I remember how to do it. I should definitely be better at this than I am. There we go. Let's bring that up. It's taking its time. There we go. Yeah, so that's the one photo that that Sideshow's figure here of the Megatron. And look how glorious that is. I mean, the light, it just plays with the light that paint job does in a gorgeous, gorgeous way that legitimately reads as right off of the screen. And so does Optimus, for that matter. He's no slouch himself in that department. But yeah, that's the one photo of Transformers that I've done, and I think that's highly indicative of how much that bit affected me. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, enough about that. Oh, Rune Samuelson's here from Norway. How's it going? You know, I should really get over there. I was just reminded of my friend Stig, who also lives in Norway. And I'm like, man, I should just do I got so much vacation time saved up. I should just do that. I should just go wander around Sweden and Norway, maybe dip into Denmark, and end it in Amsterdam. Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen it? Yeah, it's I didn't give anything away. I didn't spoil anything there. It's pretty obvious even in the trailer, if you watch the next on, that it's going to be about some kind of a social media thing. And there are aliens, and they are very, very Who-esque aliens. I'm just like, the first time I saw it, I was just like, God, that is so old school Doctor Who. I mean, I keep thinking of the Silurians. I think it's the Silurians. No, it's not the Silurians. It's oh, the really ugly looking blobs covered with suckers that can imitate the form of anybody else. Love them. Zygon. Maz's Toy Box just posted up. Zygon, that's it. Yeah, kind of reminds me of that kind of quality. Really fun. Oh, did Willow hear the doggy? That's good times. That's good times. You loving that? I've got to get that back on the wall. It's like the bottom of my list of priorities involving my collection. Okay. Let's do this. Just for a change of pace, since I didn't get around to doing my diligence, let's go ahead and do a different version of 3 Strikes.
3 poses enter, none of them leave. This is 3 Strikes.
Alright. Here we go. Just making sure I'm not sharing anything incriminating here, and I am not. Very cool. Alright, so here we are in the Poser Posse Facebook group, the aforementioned Poser Posse Facebook group. God, I just love seeing all those guys together, am I right? Seriously, I should really drag them out of the box. Boxes. Actually, they are all in a box, so I guess I would be dragging them out of a single box and then taking them out of their individual boxes. But let's just go ahead and take a tour of what people have been up to on this page. Look at what Shane Fogarty did. Man, that's interesting. That's interesting. I wonder where he got that backdrop. But the pose, let's just pay attention to the pose here because that's what's important, is right on. And that's pretty much what I would like to have posed my own how I would like to have posed my own had I purchased that figure. I love the wings swept back like that. And what I'm really digging is, you know, the composition of it all. He really paid close attention to almost every single little detail. If I were to do one thing differently, it would have been, you can't see, maybe, let me see, blow that up there. Okay, you can't see the lower leg at all, and I would like to see a little bit of it, some hint of it, so it looks less like he's missing a leg below the knee. But apart from that, man, I think this is a perfect pose. Look, maybe a bit more torso twist in there, but apart from that, yeah, again, great looking pose. Oh, look at that! Who's that? That's Khaled. Haven't seen Khaled in the chats in a while, but that's fun. Tip into the hat, working with the eyes there. That's doing it for me. I'm liking that a lot. Again, I would love to see these, when you guys post these, I would love to see full figure just to get a good idea of head to toe how you guys did this. But great photograph. I love the lighting. Bit dark, hard to see some of the details on it, but somebody had fun. That's Christopher Duncan. Thought I recognized his work. Where's that background? Where's that background from, Chris? Are you even in the chats today? I don't think I've seen you in the chats. More of that. Yeah, that's fun. Okay. There's that stormtrooper. I can't tell if he's trying to hug me or shoot me. Good times. All right, this one, Ahmed. I was and you're in the chats today, Ahmed. So this will be this is one of my favorite things that I've seen all week. I love this so much. Where's the cape from? Is that a Thor cape? Yeah, I think that's a Thor cape. So he's the dude as Thor, Arnie, old ass Arnie as Captain America, and come on, Earthworm Jim rocking the Iron Man Mark V suit. That is just a blast. That is an absolute credit. I'm just gonna check her. I feel like maybe I'm not showing these, but yeah, you can see them good. That is just an absolute credit to the joy that comes from this hobby, doing stuff like this. And great poses too. I mean, yeah, all of them. Look at that great curve that's going on from his foot all the way up to his neck. I mean, it's just beautiful. And that expression on his face, which of course, obviously is, you know, the work of the artist, but still, everything about this, I can't find fault in this. This is the most perfect 6-scale photo that I think I've seen all week. Which is saying something because there was some great stuff. Oh, well, we don't want to look at that. These are all, yeah, that's clearly a screen grab. The low quality on that suggests that. This, I challenge you guys to tell me which one of these is the original and which one of these is the new version of this figure. Because one of them is old and one of them is new. Oh, look, there's one. Yeah, we were talking about this last week, and I think I said in the live stream that I had Fox's right foot balanced on the back of his butt, but then I looked closer at it and noticed that his foot is actually on the battle droid's thigh. And yeah, that's why it worked. And shockingly enough, I didn't have to use putty or anything with this. This is all holding its own. I wouldn't recommend doing it in your display because it will not hold up. Fox will come tumbling down. It was good enough for the poser video, for the first look video, but not good enough for real life. Oh, that's fun. Do we really want to look at my stuff though? If you want to look at my stuff, go ahead and do so. This one's fun. This is a very solid argument in favor of the rolling eyeballs, and something like this is what helped to win me over. It took a long time for me to get into the rolling eyeball thing, because it's very difficult and it can be very challenging. Maybe I'm liking it now because I'm medicated. I don't know. Maybe I'm liking it now because I got a cheese Danish with salted caramel. Oh. Awesome figure. Thank you, 38 Nerds. I know you haven't been here for a while, but if you're watching in the background, then know that I'm still grateful and still smile at that thing every time I walk by it. Oh, wow. More of mine. Man, how long does this go on? I want to talk about you guys' stuff. There you go. Cape over one side. That's a cool look. I've got this figure in the basement and just have never displayed it. I don't know why. What is that? Alright, Omi. That's pretty cool. You usually don't see anybody going for something like this with their figures, but I think it probably works for this character. I'm not even familiar who it is. But having a leg cross like that is not something I usually go for, and it works for this. Absolutely. I can see this happening in an anime. This is very scene. Yeah, look at that. Nice slouch. Just seems pretty relaxed. Oh, even better. Look at that. That's awesome. That's awesome. I wonder if it looks good from all angles. Oh, hello, Scout. Let's... Alright, that is totally a Black Panther posture. Who's this? Kenneth Irving. What's up, dude? I didn't even know you posted this. I'm sorry. Here, let me give that a like really quick. And Spider-Man 2. I mean, they're kind of similar, but there's just something about... You can sense the difference in postures between these two, right? I mean, I know that at first glance they may appear similar, but this feels more like Spidey is poised, ready to spring into action, and Panther just has a different bearing to him. I don't know if that was by design or accidental, Kenneth. Either way, it looks really good. Ah, yeah, Beskar with the freaking displays. You're making me jealous, dude. I've got to wait for mine. I asked yesterday if the Obi-Wan figure had arrived at Sideshow's warehouse, but it is still not there, and they don't expect it until this month sometime. I haven't inquired about this one yet, but I'm hoping that the next figure I get is going to be one of these. Because man, this one came out of nowhere, right? That Mandalorian armor Obi-Wan. Just delighted with the way that they're leading. They're coming all out. They're going full bore into the Clone Wars stuff now, and I am here for that. Commander Green made a comment to me if I had by Messenger the other day, and like, yeah, I'm trying to limit myself by only doing Clone Wars stuff, and now Hot Toys is releasing all these Clone Wars figures, and I'm like, brother, I feel your pain. I've had to stop collecting Iron Man. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. A lot of it... This pose benefits mightily from that head. Not to discount Anthony's skills, because that's a solid museum pose, and that's very much that actor's posture in the film. But damn, that portrait really sells it, doesn't it? It helps. I make the same comment about a lot of my photos that I do. I'm just like, yeah, the photos look cool, but a lot of the reason they look cool is because Hot Toys does such a great job creating the characters and making them look as realistic as possible. So half of my work is done. All I have to do is set them up and frame them in such a way that it looks attractive. Yeah, half like that one apparently. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. Michael Berube's doing something. That's fun. I like how he does that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Slow shutter speed, man. Slow shutter speed. That's the way I do it too. Mine's actually usually slower than that. Because I want to get that. I want that 100 ISO, definitely. And I want to be able to... I want to be able to... narrow that aperture down as tight as possible to get as much depth of field. That's just my choice. My style, I guess. But still, with that 50 millimeter, even at f2 2.8, you're still getting everything relatively sharp. I want to get a Z 50 millimeter from Nikon. I don't have a dedicated prime 50 millimeter lens. Right now, if I want to do that, I have to use the 24-70 that I have, and it's good. That's a good lens, but it's not my first choice. Well, that's fun, Mike. For some reason, this makes me think of lettuce in a garden, and it makes me hungry. Yeah, there we go, Bazooka. Check it. That's Beskar Kid? Yeah, Beskar Kid. I can just tell, man, the way that you've the color grading on all your figures, it's pretty standard, pretty consistent. Yeah, there's that Padme. I just did some work with her on something that's coming soon, so watch out for that. Love that figure. Love that figure a lot. And this one, oh my god. I can't get enough of that. It's in the background behind me there, posed up. But, yeah, we'll talk about that later. Ah! Michael Berube once again. Again, look at that. I mean, half our work is done as figure photographers. I mean, I can't say anything about the pose. This is clearly composed just for the photograph. I've legitimately done a photo of Empire of Style. That famous painting by oh, what's his nuts, the comic book artist, Alex. Oh God. Oh, Alex something or other. And I redid his Empire of Style painting using nothing but 6-scale figures. And in the painting, for the figures in the background, a lot of them were just Stormtrooper helmets on a pencil. Just stuck in the background there. Let's see if I can bring that up really quick. Maybe I'll finish this first. Yeah, that's fun. John Galgano. See, you got Spider-Man down there. Oh. And now we're caught up to last week. I loved this one. Obviously, you had we talked about this via text, I think, or maybe it's here. Nope. Yep, I got my comment right there. Yeah, laid the brick wall horizontally on the ground, and then just had Spidey just sitting on it, and then shot it from above. It's photographic trickery at its finest. All right, this is fun with Christopher Struthers. I don't know where you got that Umbrella Man, but I kind of want one. Yeah, that's beautiful. Shane rocking the Iron Man pose there. I'm sorry, the War Machine pose there. I love that figure. That Mark IV was just awesome. Not without its flaws. This stuff really distracts me sometimes. But it's still plenty cool. Huh. Well, that's familiar. Maybe I should call it with that. So 3 strikes actually became like 50 strikes during this episode. Yeah. Let's go ahead and call that a segment. That segment is now complete. Oh God, I did it again. Yeah, I left that comment up. Take that down. Just scrolling back up to the comments since I started doing that. All right, there we go. Laura's, yeah, we have an accord. That's 3. That's 3 people, so that makes it gospel, right? Just checked. Inquisitors don't count towards the rule of 2 because they are not titled Darth or Lords of the Sith. They are just disciples, I guess, that are taught about the dark side, same as Asajj. Yeah, that's okay. It would have been more fun if they were breaking a rule. It would have been more fun, but it's hard to say that they're breaking a rule when they're under the command of the Emperor, right? Yeah, they're under Vader's command, but the Emperor clearly recognized the need. Background is from Mando Luke. Oh, right. The figure I never got, which might have actually established within to me that okay, I'm no longer a Mandalorian completist. So, and tell me if you guys experience this at all. Those of you who experience the completist mentality when it comes to something, the moment that I either fail to acquire something or I can't afford to acquire something, I'll drop it. I'll drop that line like a bad habit. It's just like, okay, well, I can't have it all, so I don't want any of it. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know what happened psychologically to cause that reaction, but it's definitely. How did you not notice Earthworm Jim? I think that's the first thing I saw. I'm like, what's going on with Iron Man's... Oh god, that's Earthworm Jim. I second this comment, by the way. Yeah, Ahmed does some great stuff. Thank you, Boston Collectors. It was a lot of fun. I don't always get that daring with stuff, but when I do, it can be frustrating. It took a long time to nail that pose. And I want to say that they were waiting on that video, but sometimes it's... And that's the thing that I love, and it's become apparent to me, especially lately from work, is that they are willing to give me the time that I need to do it right. They're not... I almost never feel any pressure from Sideshow. The pressure that I experience all comes from within, and there's a lot of that. The journalist, the retired journalist in me feels that pressure for that deadline. It's been hammered into me from my time in newspapers. So, hey! God, that would torture my voice. Microgreens. I was going to say I haven't had lunch yet, but I'm still having breakfast. I should have grabbed a napkin. Alex Ross, that's it. Thank you. And thank you to David, too, for that. Toy Quest 101 is here. What's up, Miguel? So you got my boy coming on your show, huh? That's going to be exciting. I am willing to be in the chats, or in the stream if you're going to have people. He's got an art show coming, and I'm hoping to attend in New York. Assuming it hasn't already happened. What's up? Is this a reality show thing? I don't know what this is. Oh, it was last night? Aw, damn. Yeah, that would have been cool. He's a cool cat. We first... And the story I would have liked to have told if I would have been there, if I would have been on, is the first time we met. Titus Welliver was on a tour of Sideshow, and frequently when they would give these tours, my studio was the first stop, because they'd explore the whole lobby area, which is just the Sideshow lobby of the main building there is just glorious. I'm assuming it's still the same. Sometimes they get impatient and decide to change things, but I think it's still the same. So he got that tour, and then the tour guide led him into the door, which is the entryway, which is right by my room, and directly into my studio. And my studio at Sideshow was just hot toys everywhere. I mean, I had like this massive IKEA shelf that just had so many 6-scale figures from Threezero, Hot Toys, what have you. And Titus came in and was just like, whoa! And he just, we chatted. He was there for a long time. In fact, I think the tour guide was just like, we got to move on. But he spent the entire time just jaw dropped, just like looking at everything that was there. And it was just a lot of fun talking to the guy. And then, of course, he showed up for an episode of Strike a Pose, which he won, actually. He's legit. That guy's a 6-scale fiend, and he loves them, and he loves posing them, and he does a really good job at it. In fact, I would like to see Titus join the Poser Posse and post some of his stuff from home. That would be really cool. Let's see. He was so cool going over the recently. Yeah? That's cool. Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch that episode maybe sometime today while I'm lounging about. But sorry I missed it. I don't know why I missed it. I have notifications on for your channel, so I should have been alerted, but I was not. Funny that I don't know that. All right, I think it's time to pose a figure. What do you say? Yeah, a little behind schedule. All right, bring it in. Here he is. Let's get that up here. There's a Macquarie Stormtrooper thing over there that I just don't want to mess with. All right. Checking composition. It could be better. Ow! I've been shooting poser shorts in this studio for the past several days. And so there's like, you can't see it. I've successfully kept it off camera, but there is clutter everywhere. I mean, this guy's still here. It's, you know? Hell, this guy is still here. Don't fall, don't fall. I've still got the commando up here. That guy needs to be put away and go away. Canceled him. I did. I regretted it immediately, but, you know. All right, so, man. Let's investigate this box. All right, looks like I've already opened it from the top. I knew that I'd been in this. It's got a gatefold cover, so you open it up and you can see there he is. Soundwave in all of his glory. There was just something about... One of the few things that I enjoyed about the cartoon was any time that Soundwave showed up with Ravage. So I would occasionally watch the cartoon. Because transforming robots are cool. Whoever had this idea was brilliant. Brilliant, I tell you. Wow, this is a heavy beast of a figure. There's a lot of die cast in there. Boy, these things lock on there snug. There's some security going on with that I appreciate. All right, what else we got? Yeah. Yeah, I've never actually been in the presence of one. But yeah, that, oh my god, there's just so much stuff. What am I gonna do? Man. Well. This is okay. Here's the thing. Yeah, I would be very nervous to pose that thing as well. But Threezero, if memory serves, from all of the figures that I've posed up, one of the things I remember about the Megatron from Revenge of the Fallen is that every time I thought that I broke it, it wound up that the piece that I thought I'd broken off was designed to be breakaway. Ball and socket joints, for the most part. And so I felt like I broke the figure often, but again, it's like it's engineered to do that. They anticipated this piece is going to break if we lock it in. So they made it in such a way that it would break off. Instead of having to break, it would break free. And I love that. I love them for that. There we go. There's Ravage. Laserbeak would have been a cool addition. But Ravage definitely is the one that if you're going to have one, it needs to be Ravage. What's this? What's this? This looks like it must be something for Ravage. I'm not sure. I'll have to read the instructions. Yes, that's right. I said that. Alright. Man. Where do these go? Got a laser gun and a cannon. Yeah, I'll need the instructions to figure out how to put that on, because I definitely want to use it. Not sure what this is. I feel like it broke off of something. Wait. If it has a home... Okay, nope. There's definitely a place in the pack for it. All right, and then we've got all the hands. Oh, so many hands. You know what I want to do is I want to look at... That's a nice thought. Okay, thank you. I want to look at Shane Fogarty's photo again. Because I don't want... I think it was Shane Fogarty's photo. I don't want to replicate that pose subconsciously. And I was about to. Yeah, this whole two-fingered thing with I know it's not showing up on screen, but he's got the two-fingered hand gesturing, like directing Ravage to go after something. I was talking earlier about the decisions for the voices of the characters in Transformers and how they subconsciously just kind of drove me away. That was my visceral response to them. And Soundwave's voice would be the exception. That was great. I just love that digitized voice of his, monotonal and machine-like quality of it, which I think was unique in all of Transformers, right? I don't think anybody else had that kind of voice. Why am I doing this? I'm not going to use this stand. It's not going to be necessary. Let me just put that away. All right. This music kind of feels Transformers-esque. Am I right? Let's see. Wow. Okay. Let's check this articulation out. The thing about playing with Hot Toys or any Star Wars characters, it's like the degree of difficulty I have to adjust with moving into this kind of territory, because it's Hot Toys bodies. While there are differences in engineering for different characters, for different types of characters, they're pretty much standard across the board, and I can, like, instinctively at this point know what to do in order to create a pose, and to the extent that I can almost do it. Like, if I were ever to participate in Strike a Pose, I'd spend in my own episode, in my own show, if I were to ever participate in that, there was 10 or 12 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes that they would have at their disposal to get it done. I would be done in 4. You know, depending on how much you had to add to the figure in order to make it work. But yeah, I pose very quickly. With these, I can't, because I have to learn how the figure works before I actually do it. And the only way to really do that is by testing it. Look at that. Look at that. Did you see what happened there? See how that, when you bend this knee, that thigh armor slides down. That's incredible. I mean, Threezero's just the bee's knees. I wish that we did more figures of theirs in our show. And I know that the direction is that we're meant to actually do that. Let's see, how does this open? There we go. Yeah, you've got a really cool, like, printed thing going on inside his chest, where he's going to be storing, in any other world, he would be storing this guy. And I know he's designed to fit, but he's not fully. I think I had him out at some point, was playing with him, and I don't think I fully returned him to his normal state. Even the head, there's actually a double ball and socket joint in there, so you can do some. It really helps to give him a little bit of extra movement, range of motion in that neck, which, if you're going to do a super dynamic pose, would be very, very helpful. All right. Don't cock your head at me, mister. Decepticons. I love them, but I hate them. Attitudes. Sonic cannon, shoulder cannon with mount. Yeah, man, waist articulation looks pretty. That's what I love about. See, okay, take note, Hot Toys. This is how you do instructions. Seriously, I know that it's expensive to do them, but wow, there's no ambiguity there. Everything is full color. The photography is very much on point, open lit, and it gives you very clear indications of what the figure is capable of and what it is not capable of. In a way that black and white photos frequently fail to do. I struggle with them sometimes. But yeah, these Threezero instructions are amazing. What are they showing me here? Oh! Yeah, just little things like this piece right here will articulate out of the way. I'm just gonna get that up there on camera. Oh, it tucks in too. Look at this. Yeah, this piece here articulates out of the way, and way out of the way, look at that. So that you can get more range of motion in the thigh. Like, how far will that go? And they definitely don't want you... Oh. I got cream cheese on the instructions. Oh, gosh. Alright, let's get that off of there. That's bad for business. Okay. Yeah, very clear instructions on how to work with Ravage. Let's see. Yeah, the tail comes out. That swings down. Oh, that's where that goes. That little piece that I was talking about earlier. It goes on Ravage's back. Looks like it's a little missile pod. Transformers are so cool, guys. Okay. So I need to put the shoulder cannon on him, because that's that silhouette. That shoulder cannon makes the silhouette of this character. I think that's all the farther that will go. Is that right? Decent waist articulation. Okay, there we go. Plugs into the back. I see. Good track. I'm gonna bump that up. Is this right? That's weird. Oh, is that? It is articulated. God, this is all die-cast. This little piece that they use to attach Soundwave's cannon is legitimate. It's articulated. Articulated die-cast. Freaking sweet. All right, let's plug that in, if I can. Oh. Threezero gotta be so good. Alright. Get that up there. Come on. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Got some pivot from side to side. I don't know how long that will hold up. The more you move joints like this, they do wear out over time. So you have to limit how much you pose them, and that I do that frequently. Usually when I get a figure, I pose it up and I put it in a case and I'm done. It almost never sees another pose unless I'm doing it for photography or whatever. Ooh, hear that? Yeah, there's another piece out there that's meant to articulate out of the way, and I didn't, and it got hung up. Fortunately, it did not break. All right. So, if I were going to be putting this on a shelf, which I may or may not do, what would I want? Okay. I'm thinking blaster. So I'm going to need this trigger hand, this sonic cannon. What are these? I think those are for Ravage. Let's see. Yes. Yeah, they mount on the edge. They mount on the sides of Ravage's hips. Yeah. Swap this out. It just occurred to me that there was that I mentioned that I pose figures very quickly these days. But there's actual footage of me on this show taking forever to hit a pose. So obviously that's not every time. Also, I'm trying to keep up a running commentary at the same time I'm doing all this posing stuff. All right. Really go on. Really go on. Yeah. So what do I like here? What does it do? Let's see here. articulate that up and out. Even more out. Look at that. Yeah. Get that out of the way. See, that's what I'm talking about. With Hot Toys figures, they're humanoid, and they're very generic. They don't have a lot of compliment. It's the only time anybody would ever accuse Hot Toys of being generic, right? But, oop, careful. Wow, that's so many points of articulation on this one little tiny thigh piece. But let me just bend that and get it up. Bend that all the way. Maybe I do want the stand. I think I went a little extreme on that post. Out of the way, fist. That out of the way. Get this out of the way just for safety's sake. No, this way. There's that. Up there. Got that shut. Lower that as much as I can. That can go all the way back down. No collisions occurring there. Arm up. Align that and that. All right. Let's get that can out of the way. Maybe we should lower the can. But he typically has it locked in on his shoulder, if I recall correctly, right? I mean, I'm glad that they made that happen. Look how well that holds up. That's some stability right there. I love that. Let's spin that around. Pretty straightforward. But capable of so much more. Let's get him out. All right. We've got a tail tucked away in back here. Just watch this. Just go ahead and pull that tail out. Boom. Bring the legs down. Nice digitigrade legs. Fully articulated there. That's nice. See that? Look at that. Points of articulation here, here, here. Not in the toes. That's fine. That would be kind of superfluous. Rotate those legs all the way around to bring them down. And last but not least, let's get that head out there. Look at that. Good puppy. Good puppy. Not you, Dobby. I mean, you're good, but... Let's see how this works. Man, he just looks menacing. Oh, the feet are articulated. Wow. Awesome. Oh, that's so cool. All right. That's cool because I have plans. Let's see. No, I want that other foot out there. These other feet. Okay, I think that's pretty much it, apart from mounting his missile pod to him, which goes right here. Look at that. Yeah. Is that backwards? Kind of feels backwards. Let's see. It is, in fact, backwards. Good catch. If I do say so myself. Oh, fuck. Dropped him. Okay. All right. 1 second while I try to find it. That wasn't so bad. Alrighty, Roo Scooby-Doo. Let's get that on there properly this time. Yeah. And... Lord, which one is left and which one is right? Let's see. Yeah, like Paulie's always saying, or like Paulie always used to say, I'm happy for him that he's so busy. But I do miss his live streams. And finally get this other rocket pod on him. A rocket pod. It's a cannon, I think. Yeah, these are laser cannons. And they do articulate and rotate so you can do stuff with them, but I kind of feel like having them parallel to the ground is probably the best way to display them. Let me see here. I want that same angle if possible. How much head articulation? Yeah, I don't really want him looking down. Just kind of want him that wolf-like appearance with his and I'm legitimately having Dobby in my mind when I'm posing this. I'm using my memories of my dog. He will totally go into a stalking position when another dog is approaching us on a walk, which is not ideal behavior. But I have completely failed in all my attempts to cure him of it. So, yeah, whatever. I keep telling him, this is why you don't have any friends. But does he listen? No, never. All right. Now, this is cool. That does not articulate out of the way, does it? Okay. I think that's it. Oh. I don't see how I can put this away. I gotta find a place for this. And let's raise this up because we can. War Machine style. Kind of have them shooting the same direction. That helps, I think, significantly. Pretty generic, but yeah, I'm happy with it. Let's scroll up here and see what the comments have been. There we go. Need to do Ravage, leaping from the chest. I've done it, but I would love to see your take on it. Really? Yeah, that would be interesting. Did you post a photo of it? If not, would you post it to the Poser Posse? If you have, I don't recall it. I'm sorry. I look at a lot of 6-scale stuff, and my brain's not what it once was. But yeah, I could see that being really cool. What'd you do? Just have him doing like thrusting his chest forward and yeah, that could be fun. What time is it? 11:03. Maybe in another video. I'm actually at the point if I'm going to keep doing posing on this show, then I'm going to have to start just reposing figures that are already on display or that are downstairs in boxes. So many stormtroopers. I was just down there looking for this, and it's absurd how many different stormtroopers that I have. I got agreement here from people about Soundwave. Nice. Nice. Yeah, you know, it's I think the engineering is what won me over, because I had no designs on purchasing any Transformers figures. They weren't in my wheelhouse. I mean, but I remember the first time I got my hands on the original Bumblebee from the Bumblebee, the DLX, which is right over there. They, it was for a How to Be a Poser episode. And I was so smitten with it that I immediately bought one. It's just remarkable that the amount of range of motion that they were able to engineer out of that little figure. And it's not something that I would have expected them to reproduce in larger Autobots or Decepticons, Transformers, but they did. In fact, they did it in the premium. It's not really premium format. It's a premium figure. I think it's just what they call it. But yeah, they were able to recreate it even at a larger scale, which I guess makes sense. I mean, all you really have to do is just upsize it. The engineering isn't different. It's just the scale that changes. But yeah, it's just admirable. Yeah. I agree that the Bumblebee movie was the best of the Bayverse universe, says Keith Lee, especially the opening scene. That's what I think is OG fans wanted to see. Yeah. That opening sequence on Cybertron is is probably my favorite sequence in all of the Transformers films, which says a lot. Why is there no Starscream? Why have they not created that? I would break my Transformers buying hiatus for a Starscream figure. And I don't think I'm alone in that. Yeah, that helped a lot. I mean, I've enjoyed Michael Bay's films a lot. I mean, I've loved most of what he did with Transformers. I'm one of the people who just treasures The Last Night. I love that film so freaking much. I had so much fun with it. I think it's because I wasn't much of a Transformers animated series fan. That's probably why I was able to embrace the live action version more than a lot of Transformers fans were. But I will agree that there are certain elements to a Michael Bay film that make me flinch. And I didn't get that once they turned it over to Travis Knight. Then it became good. Then something happened with Rise of the Beasts, and it just didn't resonate with me. I was really sad about that one. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised. Looking at him in the box, he didn't really impress. Not sure why. I just wasn't really feeling it. I also feel like he's chunky. Is this from Bumblebee? Yeah, it's from the Bumblebee film. As is this Optimus Prime. And the scale, it isn't there. I mean, you can see Soundwave is actually quite large. Now, mind you, I've got Optimus standing here in his video game playing pose because I've got him up there playing a game of asteroids and he needs dusting. Yeah. Gross. But that kind of made me sad. It also makes me sad that they really shrunk Optimus's head. It's way out of scale. Okay. Anyway, without further ado, I think I'm going to call that a stream after I get through these comments. But so let me go ahead and check your comments here really quick. I've got a show for that. Again, if you're not happy with your posing, I say this to anybody. There are ways that you can improve. It's repetition first of all, but you could use some solid reference material. Although I haven't really accessed it lately, and I've been very vocal about the fact that I always keep a copy of How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way at my desk because there's just so much. Let me just break this out. They actually break it down to just the fundamentals, wireframe drawings for the most part, and they teach you the elements of posing in art, in 2D art, and those, as a photographer, you should. Over time, you see something, it's obnoxiously loud. As a photographer, you see things in 2 dimensions, but eventually you're able to translate them into 3 dimensions in your head, and vice versa. So looking at something like this, I would think would be very, very helpful. I mean, it's just nothing but drawings of comic book characters in their different stages. And once you understand the elements of that, then you can start transitioning. I mean, it's just take this page and then take a figure with excellent articulation, excellent range of motion, and then try to recreate it. you're doing it in 3 dimensions, but you have to think about it as at the way you'd be looking at it through a camera. And I'm looking at this now, and I can totally see this, and it doesn't translate through this lens because the lens is way up high, and it's also a 35mm lens. I would typically be using a much, probably a longer frame length, but frame length. Anyway, but yeah, I can picture this right now as a drawing in a comic book. And that's always what's in my head anytime that I'm doing a pose. I'm imagining it as I'm imagining this 3-dimensional piece as a 2-dimensional artwork, because eventually it would be translated to that. Ciao, back at you, Michael Flower. What's up, dude? I miss so much posting my pics when I'm in serious busy period. Yeah, man, house moving is no joke. Yeah, happy for you for your new home. I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, perhaps one day we will get to meet. Is the height about 12 inches? Good question. So about 1/6 scale size? Yeah, it's roughly that. I want to say it's like 11 inches, maybe 12 inches. Hang on. I happen to have a tape measure right here. Or you can always go to Sideshow's product page, and they always have the size. Now keep in mind that he's squatting down right now, so he's lost about a half an inch or so. Maybe more, maybe like an inch. Right now he's showing 11 inches high, so I'm going to guess that out of the box he'd be 12 inches high. So yeah, about the same size as 6 scale. It will display nicely in a DTOF, assuming you don't do the flight stand. They always have these... Let's see if I can find it without having to cheat. Yep! Okay, I saw that. They always got these pieces on the butt that pop off to expose a keyhole so that you can mount the dynamic action stand to it. It's a really effective... It's not the most attractive base in all of posable 6 scale fandom, but it's very, very functional. It's good at what it does. It holds the figure in a very stable position, and you never really have to, because it kind of locks in, you never really have to worry about it falling off. So I appreciate, there we go. I appreciate the effort that went into that. There we go. Man, he's cool. Oh yeah, Soundwave is long sold out. Although it was up there for a long time. It took a while to sell out. Yeah, Blitzwing is essentially Starscream. I traded my Blitzwing to Super Producer Sam in exchange for a X-Force Psylocke premium format figure. Oh, did Bay direct Rise of the Beast? Well, that explains so much. Man. Oh, yeah, they keep talking about that, but is it actually in production? I haven't heard. I did a pose with him jumping out of the chest a while back, throwing it up on the page now. Let me go check that and see if I can bring that up. Gonna recycle that. I'm not used to Google Chrome, so. Wow. That's crazy. Okay, let's bring that up so everybody else can see it. That's not what I want. Where the hell is... There it is. Alright. Taking that down. Bringing it up. There we go. Yeah. That's wicked cool, dude. I'm trying to figure out how you did that. What's holding him up? I can't tell from this angle. Are the legs kind of pinching together on the chest plate? Let me see how that would work. Let's see if I can get that. Rotate that cannon to compensate. Both of them, for that matter. Yeah, I don't know how you're doing that. Is his tail tucked between his legs? No? It's up? Yeah, okay. That's really a super extended back leg. Yeah, I'd have to play with that. I think I see what you're doing there, though. I think it's hooking under here, right? There we go. Yeah, that could be effective. Let's see. Yeah, I could see how you're doing that. You're just kind of making him grip it. There we go! And then it's a simple matter of just posing those. Look at that! Yeah, that's kind of cool. Thank you. Thank you for that little tip there. Yeah, let's go ahead and stop that screen so that you can see what I did, which is basically copy what Kenny did. Yeah. I would want to work a little bit on, let's see. I think I would want that head down. Get that bent a little bit more. Wicked cool, dude. Yeah, good call. That took some time to figure that one out. Somebody else posted? Who else posted? Let me see here. Stop sharing that. Where is... Oh, it's blown up. Let me see this. Let's go ahead and bring this back up, because everybody deserves to see this. Screen. All right, yeah. So here's Michael doing one. Where'd it go? Bring it back up. Thank you. Let's blow it up there. That's cool. What's he holding on to? Oh, you got him on a little stand? Is that what that is? Yeah, that works. And I'm guessing you also probably posted the final product. You're good for behind the scenes. Yeah, look at that. Is that freestanding or is he being supported by something? That's wicked cool. That's wicked cool. Oh, there we go. And that's your final, is that your final image from this? Yeah. Yeah, solid behind the scenes work. I love, you and I have a similar style. We just take little elements like this for the foreground and for maybe the close background. And it's a very simplistic approach, and I really enjoy it because it doesn't cost a lot of money or take a lot of time. You just have to go out in your yard or sometimes other people's yards. And just do it. Just gonna check to make sure these are being showed. Yeah, just grab some rocks, just make sure that they read as a similar scale. Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. Ah, God, get that off the screen. Dear God. Yeah, thanks for posting that, Michael. I actually didn't know that your Maz's toy box was Michael Berube. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Anyway, let's go back to this. Dude, it's impressive that he's freestanding, right? I mean, it will do that. I mean, I've done one-legged freestanding poses with a Transformers figure before, and every time that I hit it, I'm just like, yeah! It's like I get giddy as hell. Because in a perfect world, you'd be able to do that with every figure, and I recognize that it's just not possible for that to happen with, say, any humanoid sort of a figure. It just won't. Most often, it won't happen. I have done it before, but thank you for that. I'm glad you're here to clarify that. Yeah, Keith Lee and I are going to go see Deadpool and Wolverine together. I didn't realize, even when I was buying the ticket, I didn't realize that it's not until July. That's a ways off. Alligator clip. Okay. Nice. Really? I wouldn't have got that. I feel like I can do better than that. There's something about his front legs that's throwing me off. But I'd have to take a look at, you know what would help? Is footage of greyhound racing, of dog racing, because I mean I can't think of a dog that extends itself like this as much as a greyhound would. So maybe grabbing some stills of greyhound races would help with the positioning of the legs on that. Yeah, I mean, it weighs nothing. And he weighs a lot. So the two of them together just really, really work. Oops, not one of this one. I live in a complex of townhouses. I've taken pics in the courtyard. I'm not sure what the neighbors think. I've had that thought. I actually, I did some photos of the Shore Trooper and Death Trooper, original figures from Hot Toys, on the beach in Ventura. And same thing. I mean, people were just, you know, normally when you're in, I'm very close to like poking this with my nose. Normally when you're on the beach in Ventura, you know, people just ignore each other and just go about their beach-going excursion. But legitimately, everybody stopped to inquire about what was going on, and a few of them were really excited about it. So that's fun. It's fun when people want to engage with you about something like this. Yeah, that's it. The feet are huge. They're massive, and all the joints are super tight. So you don't have to worry about anything falling. Is Ravage a cat? Oh, Ravage is a cat. I knew that. I don't know what's wrong with me. Sorry. Yes, panther. Same thing, though. I mean, but there you go. Look at cheetahs. That's another animal that I think of when I think of, yeah. Look at cheetahs in motion. There's something about this that isn't reading right to me, and I just have to go to it and look. All right, guys. 11:21. It's been almost going on. It's an hour and a half since this stream started. I've enjoyed it immensely. I think it's been a really fun stream, and hopefully not too boring. You guys, it's great of you to join me. Thank you for taking the time out of your weekend. I know there's a lot of things to do on the weekend, and you chose to hang out with me, and I appreciate you for that. Tune in next week. I have no idea what I'll be doing. I do have a Darth Vader here, a Darth Vader figure from Obi-Wan here, unopened. I think it's still sealed in the cardboard box. It's right there at my feet. Yeah, still sealed. So maybe I'll do that next week. I don't know. I don't have a place for it yet, so I'm hesitant to take figures out of the box when I don't have a place for them yet. I think this Vader is going to have his own shelf, though, because I'm not getting Obi-Wan. So that'll be interesting. But we'll see. I'll have something for you next week. Even if I have nothing for you next week, I'll have something for you. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and call that a stream. You guys have a great week. Hope to see you back here next Saturday. And until next time, be good to your plastic.